I feel close. I mean, it's not an easy injury to get back and move the same way, straight away. But it's a work in progress, and I'm working every day to get back on the floor as soon as possible. So I'm looking forward to that.
All the reports aside, or 3, 4, how do you feel in terms of what's realistic right now based on how you felt?
It's literally day to day. So I've had plenty of great days, which has been great for me, and building up. So we're just trying to put those great days together and just keep building up to get back on the floor, and play at that, high level.
And how hopeful are you that you can play at some point in the series?
Yeah, I'm very hopeful.
Is tomorrow, if it's day-to-day, is tomorrow a possibility?
Probably not, no.
Are you at the point where you're pretty much pain-free every day, but
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
just trying to get up conditioning to the point where
Yeah, so if you think about it, when you're injured, you have an injury like this, your whole, leg is affected. So it's going to take time to loosen these muscles and get back on the floor. But it's day to day, so it's treatment every day, Pilates, it's workouts, and just stay on top of it.
And if you improve the way you've been improving, however that is,
Yeah.
do you think Game 4 is reasonable to think that might be in play?
No, I think it's reasonable to think that, but it's day to day. I can't tell you, definitely Game 4, Game 3. If I could play right now, I'd be on the court, So it is what it is.
Is it your call now, Ben? Are they still looking for anything more, or is it ready just when you say it?
No, we have a set plan on the return to play, so it's working off that and building up to, being ready to, play that full speed and high intensity.
And you've not played in a game with this group since the trade.
Yeah.
How hard is it to do that in a postseason game with that sort of?
Yeah, we'll find out. It's a good challenge, but I'm looking forward to it, especially playing with these guys. I think for me, my IQ is so high to, play with guys like Kai and Seth and Kev. Just watching them, I know how they play. I know how they want to play. And for me to just, get them in their spots and be a floor general, it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
When you talk about the plan, when you do come back, is it, hey, I can go 30, 40 minutes, or is it we're going to be on a minutes restriction, play a little bit less?
You asking me, I want to be on the floor the whole time, but realistically, I don't know. That's going to be up to coach and the staff, so we'll figure that out.
And then Patty was won the league's sportsmanship award. You've known him for a long time. What does he kind of bring in that area that makes him a special guy?
Super down there, a genuine person, and always does the right thing. He wants to be a great leader, great teammate, and that's something he always preaches. Throughout his whole career, he's been like that. Since I've known him as a kid, which has just been Patty. That's who he is as a person. So for him to win that, I'm not surprised. But it's big.
What's the hardest part of coming back after such a long layoff? What's the easiest part? Whether it's a shot, the defense, what do you anticipate here?
Hardest, you got to go in the playoffs and play against the best players in the world in the playoffs. So it's nothing's easy in terms of that. But I feel comfortable stepping back on the floor and doing that, and doing what I can to help this team, progress and win.
What's the perspective on the chemistry? You're in the most unique situation that you're going to play your first game, probably in a playoff game. What's your perspective on how the chemistry is going to work?
I think it'll be fine personally. There's some things on defense where, I look at and I think I can make a big impact in terms of just being vocal on the floor and helping my teammates and being a leader on that side of the court. And then offensively, obviously, I like to get out and, push the ball. So we have guys who want to run and shoot the ball a lot. So, I'm looking forward to that aspect and playing with a team that, wants to run.
I've heard, Ben, some people have said, why does a guy want to try and play who hasn't played all year in this situation without having a training camp, or why do you say, this is worth doing right now when, I don't know how my body feels?
Yeah, body-wise, it's, once my body's ready, I want to be able to, help this team win. That's what I'm here for. So, it is what it is. I got to get on the floor and help this team win. I've been traded to the Brooklyn Nets, and that's what they need me to do. So that's my focus right now.
There's so many questions about when they're going to play, when it's been going to
Yeah.
play. For you personally, what's it been like staying patient through this whole process?
It's tough. For me, I want to be out on the floor and playing. But there's, it's a big thing when you have an injury like this. You need to, be cautious and not just push yourself when you've had 2 good days. You don't want to push yourself too much and have a setback, whatever it is. And I've been aware of that. I've had this injury before. I've been aware of what I need to do and how to stay on top of it. So I just got to keep doing that and be positive and stay focused.
Okay, here's the thing. The Nets can use all the help possible, and maybe that person is Ben Simmons. KD has struggled this postseason, just the first 2 games, shooting 32%, 0 for 10 in the second half of game 2, worst shooting half of his entire career. Also kind of sloppy, averaging 6 turnovers per game, his highest turnover average through his first 2 playoff games in his career. But again, so many questions. Even if Ben Simmons does come back on Monday or whenever he does, can he truly help? Recent history says, I don't know, it's questionable. David.
All right, Sage, Suns-Pelicans back at it tonight. This series took a hard turn Tuesday with the Suns up 1-0 in the series and Devin Booker lighting it up in Game 2. He injures his hamstring. The Pelicans go back and win it, even the series, and now Booker is out 2 to 3 weeks. So if Phoenix is to get out of the first round, they're going to need to do it without their leading scorer. Our NBA reporter Andrew Lopez is covering this series, and he joins us now. So, Andrew, how is Phoenix approaching tonight's game without Devin Booker for the foreseeable future?
Well, as Chris Paul said it yesterday, the motto basically of the Phoenix Suns this year has been next man up. They've had time where Chris Paul has been out. They've had time where DeAndre Ayton has been out. And yes, they've had time where Devin Booker has been out. So they're talking about, look, we've done it before. It's helped that we've done it before. Monty Williams said it's not exactly a comfort not having him on there, but they do have the experience. They were 8-6 in games without Booker this year, and 3 of those are really kind of rest days more at the end of the year. So 8-3 when he had a hamstring injury back in December, and then when he went through protocols back in March. So for them, they're looking at who is going to step up. Is it going to be Landry Shamet, Cam Payne, Cam Johnson? That 4-man lineup of Chris Paul, Ayton, Jay Crowder, and Mikal Bridges has still been pretty good when Devin Booker has not been on the floor this year in about 165 minutes. So it's just a matter of which of those other guys is going to step up in Game 3.
It's a strong roster. It's a deep roster now trying to overcome the loss of Devin Booker. Andrew giving us the very latest as Phoenix and New Orleans get ready to go for Game 3 tonight in the Big Easy.
All right, the team that beat the Suns in the finals last season also dealing with a significant injury. Chris Middleton, the star forward who's a huge part of the Bucks' Big Three, he's got a sprained MCL in his left knee and happened late in the fourth quarter of Wednesday's loss to Chicago. He's going to miss at least 2 weeks. The Bucks have struggled this season when one of their Big Three is missing. They're below 500 record-wise when at least one of them does not play. So, what's going to happen tonight? Let's talk to Jamal Collier, our Bucks reporter. He is here live from Chicago with the latest on Chris Middleton. And Jamal, I know it's a wait-and-see type of approach as far as when Middleton can return. I'm told he did speak today at shoot-around. What is he saying?
Yeah, Middleton was optimistic that at the end of that 2-week timeline that he'd be at least ready to get back on the floor, or at least pretty close to it. Now, you mentioned that the Bucks are going to be still probably without him for the rest of this series. That means that something that they've had experience for, just like a lot of other teams playing without some of their stars, playing without one of their Big Three. Going back to last year after Giannis injured his knee during the Eastern Conference Finals, Middleton was pretty key for them, stepping up and closing out the Atlanta Hawks for them to get to the finals. So it's going to be on everybody as everybody in the league is sort of dealing with guys being in and out of the lineups. The Bucks were no stranger to that. They had 31 different starting lineups through the course of the regular season. And this is why you have 3 stars. I think it's going to be more on Chris, or with Chris out in the lineup, it's going to be more on Jrue Holiday, more on Giannis. Jrue Holiday was a career high in efficiency from shooting from 3 and shooting this season. So I think they're going to lean on those guys a lot more. And they still got Giannis, and with the experience they've had from the championship, they're hoping they can get through that and hopefully get Chris back and ready to go for the next round.
And again, I want to emphasize what a big part he was of that championship run, averaging 24 points per game in the finals against the Suns, including that 40 spot in Game 4. So we'll see how they fare without him beginning tonight, 8:30 Eastern Time tip in Chicago. Jamal, thank you.